Thank you for joining RasPipKr tutorials. I'm Martin Parker, and in this little Python coding video I'm going to be talking to you about tuples. A tuple, just like a list, you can store data in there, but the downside is you can't change it, you can't add to it, you can't remove stuff. It is whatever you declare it to be. So if it's something that you're going to keep as a set values, then a tuple is what you need to use. Whereas a list, you can change the values as and whenever. So let's create a simple tuple. So in the previous list video I declared 1, 2 and 3, and then I put in a string of hello, and then we put in a floating value, and I'm not going to put exactly the same thing because I can't remember what it was. So there we go, we've created our tuple. Now notice how in the list video previously we used the square brackets, and when you are creating a tuple so that it knows what type of list, well, data storage that you're using the brackets like so, the curved bracket, it knows that that is a tuple, whereas a list, it uses the square brackets. The downside to using tuples is that you can't change any values when you've declared it. So, but you can actually access the data that's in there. Now, because a list uses square brackets, you would expect, because a tuple uses the curved bracket, that you would, so say like we want to recall the word hello, so which is the index 0, 1, 2 and 3. We touched on the indexes in the previous list video. You would think that because we're using that type of bracket, you would go and put in like so, but you can't, and it will give you an error like so. So although we're working with a tuple, you would access it just like you did in the list. So if we put them, so we're calling for A and we're after the index 3 in these square brackets, now we get our value. But just like we did in the previous video, we popped and appended, you can't do that with a tuple. So if I were to try it, it's going to give me a problem, a.append, and it's going to come back saying you can't do that. So there you go, it has no attribute append, so that means it cannot accept your data that you're adding into it, and same as pop, so you can't get rid of the last piece of data that's in there, which would have been that. So there's not a right lot you can do with tuples, but if you are, like I say, you want to keep a set piece of data, then a tuple is the way to go. So that's pretty much it that I can show you with a tuple, other than calling the data in between itself, or all of it in a loop or so. Then yeah, then they are handy but are limited, I'm afraid. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you find my videos helpful. Please like, share and subscribe if you can. Much appreciated, and I'll catch you in the next one.